You need to start these players in fantasy football for week 5. Getting started, my quarterback start of the week is Bryce Young. Yes, a disgusting one. Definitely one to start off with, but it's slim pickings when a couple people go before you in this. But I will say one thing. Bryce Young gets a great matchup this week against the Miami Dolphins. And Justin Fields had a great passing week last week against the Miami Dolphins. And I expect Bryce to at least have a solid one. So the Dolphins are actually second worst against QBs in fantasy football. And not only that, they've given up 7 touchdowns this year and not 1 interception. One of 3 teams so far in the NFL to this point in the league, to this point in the year, that has not had a pick. So I expect Bryce to throw a couple touchdowns, maybe get some rushing yards. So hopefully this is the first of many good weeks for Bryce Young.
First of many good weeks for the Miami Dolphins defense.
Could be a shootout. Could be a shootout.
It's like with what, BB guns? Like,
Yes. This is a rough week.
It
This
is
a hard week to pick.
When you get to your sit of the week, we're gonna have an interesting conversation, but I'm not gonna spoil it. But I don't know about Bryce, man. I don't know about it. I guess the matchup is like you can't ask for a better matchup, but
They also got absolutely smacked by the Falcons.
they did. No, that happened.
They absolutely smacked the Falcons.
They got smacked by the Patriots.
Yes,
They got smacked.
That's what I meant to say. They got smacked by the Patriots,
I doubled down.
whose defense is like good, but they're not supposed to be like elite of the elite, right?
Right.
No, I mean, they theoretically shouldn't be, but, you know, Mike Vrabel coach team gets the most out of them boys. So
I don't know. Bryce Young, man, his week 2, he had 22.3 points, but other than that, his high is 11.
it's been ugly.
I mean, you need a rushing touchdown. You need a rushing touchdown out of him, which comes far and few between for little Bryce Young.
Yeah, I mean, on that point, they have also allowed the 3rd most rushing yards to quarterbacks in the NFL so far this season, so there is also that. But Bryce only had 1 game where he actually ran the football this year for whatever reason. But, I mean, hopefully a couple scrambles and a touchdown. That'd be great. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully the Panthers get on track.
Would you go? I'm bringing his name up already, but would you go Bryce or our boy? Would you go our legend, Jackson Dart?
I'd go Bryce.
Interesting.
Yeah,
They haven't opened up the playbook enough,
exactly.
and I think he might be. They might tell him to run a little less aggressively going into this
They better.
week than he was last week. I feel like he was very reckless, which is great for his brand of football. Like,
Yeah.
very cool. You know, like good for him. But I feel like in terms of staying healthy, which the Giants need him to be, he should probably not be running the way he does.
Yeah, I agree. I still think he'll run a good amount. Like he ran 10 times. I don't know that he runs that many times, but he's gonna run. Like you need him to run. You can't have him be like just a statue in the pocket. I don't know. It's a tough one though.
I'd start Bryce. I think the Giants are going to run the football a lot. I don't know if they're going to be up necessarily. I would hope they win this game, but I think they're going to run the football a ton. I think Scat and Devin Singletary are going to be busy in this one.
My start of the week at quarterback is going to be none other than Justin Fields. This one's an easy one. When your guys go up against the Cowboys, you start them. The Cowboys have allowed the most fantasy points per game to quarterbacks and wide receivers. Justin Fields had a great day rushing the ball. This past week, he ripped off a 40-yard touchdown run, but outside of that, he still had about 40 yards rushing. So the rushing upside always there. He'll get over 200 passing yards. He should get close to, if not over 200 passing yards, and probably a touchdown through the air. So,
And he hasn't thrown a pick, which is great for fantasy.
That's true too. And he's also only being started at a 50% rate. So if you're, like we said, it's bye weeks. There's a good amount of guys on bye. So if you got Justin Fields, there's no better week to play him than this week.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields, if he's not being just inserted and stuck straight in your lineups every single week, you're probably doing something wrong. But unless it's a really bad matchup or you have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, Justin Fields is a weekly starter, in my personal opinion. So,
Yep.
100%. My start of the week is going to be Jared Goff going up against the Cincinnati Bengals defense. That defense stinks. Goff is the QB 13 on the year, kind of being carried by his week 2 game with 34 points. But Bengals defense stinks. I think we all know Jared Goff has these big boomages. The Lions offense has these big boomages. I know that we're going to mention that they might blow him out, so it might be tough pickings for him, but they're going to blow them out because of his they're going to blow Jared Goff. The Lions are gonna,
after he hangs 5 touchdowns, they're going to blow him.
Get on their knees.
And after they blow him, they're gonna blow him.
exactly. No, but they're going to blow the Bengals out because of Jared Goff's passing volume opening this game up. So Jared Goff, start of the week.
This was my runner-up. I was thinking about Goff, but I just went Fields because of the rushing upside. But, yeah, I love it. I mean, at least he won't give you a bad week. So
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
The QB that you have to be starting this week is going to be Daniel Jones against the Vegas Raiders. A QB 7 on the year. Chances are you didn't draft Daniel Jones in your redraft leagues. You probably picked him up on waivers. This is the perfect week to be starting him against a not-so-great Vegas defense. He's putting up about 20 PPR points. Oh, I mean, it doesn't really matter. PPR,
good
not
job,
PPR.
He catches mad passes.
20.13 points a game, which is great. Not what you expected out of Danny. He's having a great year. I expect it to keep on. He didn't have a ton of rushing upside last week. He hasn't had a rushing touchdown in a couple weeks. I would say he's due for one.
I don't like it.
No?
I started him last week, and he put up 12.4.
He was my start of the week last week, and he
I
put up
wasn't-
12.4.
Particularly happy.
Rams are a very good defense.
Rams are a very good defense, but he fucked me.
Yeah.
He also, let's just be honest here, got costed like a good 7 points, 8 points because of A.D. Mitchell dropping the ball at the goal line.
True.
It's not
So-
untrue.
That's definitely
Like,
true.
he probably has an 18 or 19 point game if that's not the case, and you're not sitting here mad about it.
Is Alec Pierce back? That sounds like insignificant, but it is.
It is significant.
Because A.D. Mitchell won't be on the field.
yeah, no, like actually, addition by
A.D. Mitchell
subtraction.
actually has looked good, too. That's the
Yeah.
sad part. Like,
Practice in full for Alec Pierce.
All
So.
right, so AD Mitchell's probably going to be inactive.
Yeah.
If I had to
oh,
guess.
God.
The Raiders are due, though.
Do for what?
A good game.
My running back start of the week is in that same Lions game that Chris is talking about for Jared Goff. I picked David Montgomery. I think David Montgomery is going to have a fantastic week. He's due for a big bounce back game. Last week, I actually had him as my sit because I expected him to regress from a big 30-point game. I hope you sat him. He had 2. So outside of that, they're going to be up a ton, I expect. Monty's probably going to get a ton of carries. They're probably going to run the ball a bunch between the two of these guys. I am taking David Montgomery, and I think there's a lot of upside.
Yeah, I mean, he had a tough matchup this past week. Week before that, he obviously looked all the way back against the Ravens, but this is a perfect get-right game for him, and he's got touchdown upside. So
I feel like he only has upside if he gets into the end zone, though. You know, like
He's been
I
catching
guess
a few
I guess
passes
a lot of
though this
guys
year.
are banged up, and if you have David Montgomery, you're probably just starting him. I mean,
I'd also like to think that he is simply going to score a touchdown or 2 this week. I think Gibbs and Monty might both score multiple touchdowns this week. Genuinely.
it's definitely in the cards.
yeah,
It's a lot to say
I
you
mean,
expect it, but it's in the cards.
I just think that I don't know. I feel like Gibbs is taking on even more of a receiving role in that offense, and to just bank on Monty scoring a touchdown is like,
a pretty good bet because it usually happens.
does it? How many touchdowns does he have?
He has 3 on the year,
He's-
two in one game.
Okay,
And
so
last
he
year
scored
he
in half
scored
the
in like,
games.
I want to say 11 of the 17 games.
He's not the same guy. I feel like Jameer is getting even more. Is featured even more than he was last.
I agree. I think the gap is wider than it's ever been. between
Yeah.
them.
No,
I
I'm
wouldn't
not
co- I
saying
snap
that-
count's a little-
I'm not saying that Monty's like a better back than Gibbs by any means. What
I
I,
didn't
am
think
saying
that's what
is,
you were saying.
well,
I
even
just-
last year, like bro was not having more than like 40% of snaps, and this year he's right around 37, 38%. Like, I just expect the game script favors him.
My running back start of the week is going to be Tony Pollard. I think Pollard has a decent floor, at least. And in a week where we see the Falcons, Bears, Packers, and Steelers, so Bijan on bye, Swift, Jacobs, Warren, it's slim pickings. So I think if you have Tony Pollard, you haven't been too happy. I mean, outside of week 3, he scored a touchdown. He had a decent week last week. I mean, he put up 10 points, but the the carries have been there. I mean, 18 carries in week 1, 20, 16, and 14. He's going to get all the work. Arizona is the 24th ranked run defense on PFF, and he averaged 4.5 a carry last year against a solid Houston run defense. So I think he could definitely get into the end zone this game. And like I said, the workload, that's the word I was looking for before. The workload will be there for Tony Pollard. I think they have a little bit of a better week this week. And like I said, if you're spread thinner running back, I'd put Tony Pollard in.
I mean,
Don't love it.
Yeah,
I don't love
like it.
Okay.
So
I don't like it at all.
I was watching the Domain guys, and they put it perfectly. They said Tony Pollard's floor is 10 points. Tony Pollard's ceiling is 11 points. He'll, like, if you have him, you got to start him. Like, he's getting all the touches, so, like, why wouldn't you? The Titans are just so bad.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want nothing to do with it.
It's fair.
I don't think the player, Tony Pollard, is bad at football yet, but, like, oh, God, the Tennessee Titans are just really,
Maybe this
really,
is the week,
really
though.
bad at it.
Maybe this is the week.
I don't think so.
Call your shot, Tom. That's
No,
it.
I mean, it's just like, I think, again, when the running backs are spread thin, like, you want a guy that's relatively safe. And if his floor is 10 points, like, there's a lot of guys out there that could get you a lot less than 10 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then if he scores a touchdown, he'll have a pretty good week. Yeah, ceiling, I don't think it's 11 points. I like that. That's a funny joke, but like ceiling's probably like his ceiling's probably like 16 points.
He said, yeah, that's a funny joke.
No, I think that's funny. Like, it gets the point across.
Fuck that. He said, fuck the dynasty domain.
I actually just want to say his floor is 7.9 points as
And what
of
is the
this
ceiling?
point this season, 13.9.
I mean, Monty put up 1 point last week. You made him your start of the week.
Yeah, but his
don't throw that-
ceiling. I don't disagree
that
with you. But here's the
throw that
difference.
in, buddy.
Monty scored 30.
Okay.
Tony Pollard scored 30 here in his career.
Maybe.
In his career.
Four.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. In
Listen.
his career, yes, he scored 30 at some point.
If he doesn't get in the end zone, it's not going to be a great week.
So the last time that Tony Pollard scored 30 PPR,
Nobody's coming out here saying he's going to score 30, though. Like, I'd be a madman
17? What is,
to predict that.
what is it?
week 11 of 2022.
He's due.
Wow.
He's so
He's
due.
so due. David Montgomery started by 75% of people on Sleeper. It's a fucking cop-out.
Oh!
You want to know what Tony Pollard's at?
74.
67.
Yo, that's fucking fire,
tough,
bro.
bro.
He's due.
I think it's a solid play.
Yo,
at
what if he
least.
puts up 6-7 points?
Yo, bro.
6.7.
It's in the cards. It's in the cards.
My start of the week is going to be Alvin Kamara. I feel as though running backs have had plenty of success against the New York Giants. They're allowing the 5th most PPR points to running backs so far this year. They're allowing the 4th most rushing yards per game. They've allowed 18 rushes of 10-plus yards, which is 4th most. And they're allowing the highest EPA per rush at a plus .18. The Giants' run defense has been rather putrid. I mean, we just saw Amari and Hampton have a big day against them. The Saints are due. You know Alvin Kamara, even though Kendre Miller's come along, you know Alvin Kamara is going to get at his 15 to 20 touches, and you know what he could do with them. He's due to have a huge game. We know he still has that in the tank. He's not washed, so I think you're a little disappointed with Kamara. You drafted him a little bit higher than the RB26, I feel like, so you're definitely a little bit disappointed, but I think you keep him in your lineup hoping he booms all over the Giants' defense.
Come on, would you guys go Kamara or Tony Pollard?
Kamara.
I would go Kamara too. No, I know. Yeah, I think it's.
I took the cop-out answer.
Yeah,
Kamara's
yeah.
start, it's probably higher than 75%.
I mean, you guys went last. I guess that that factors in. But no, it's a great play. Like, yeah, Kamara should be an RB1 this week.
The only thing that scares me is his receiving upside is kind of not where it used to be. I think his season high is like 20 yards. Receiving yards.
Yeah, 21
which
yards,
is
6 catches.
concerning for Kamara. But he probably does well against the Giants. So if you're, I mean, this is the week to start him. I agree.
Said mine's a cop-out.
he owned it. He owned it.
My running back start of the week is going to be Woody Marks going up against the Baltimore Ravens Swiss cheese defense. Woody Marks every week has only seen his snap share increase from 11 to 27 to 48 to 56. He finally broke out last week. He's averaged about 4.5 yards a carry over the last 3 weeks. We've seen Nick Chubb's workload decrease every week as well. He finally also got involved in the passing game, got 5 targets, 4 catches, 50 yards, and 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air. Woody Marks, I think, is going to be a breakout candidate for the rest of the year going forward.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped about it. I have him on plenty of teams, plenty of best ball teams
I have
where I have
so
Woody
many
Marks.
best ball
Like,
teams.
I'm so hyped about this one, man. Like he's here, and it looks like he's here to stay. I mean, the workload they gave him and how he, performed with that workload. Like he's this year's Bucky Irving, if you will.
Yeah.
I think
He's just separated himself by a landslide to Nick Chubb, and he gets the Ravens, who I mentioned on the last episode, are the worst run defense in the NFL at this point in time. So
I don't think we expected Nick Chubb to be a workhorse though, at any point. So Woody Mark always kind of had it was only a matter of time.
it was if not when,
yeah.
very similar to Bucky too in the way like he didn't test well at the combine type vibe. Like I remember we used to when we were playing the college, he'd be on your squad because you were the USC's.
That's
And you
Woody
replaced
Marks.
him because he was slow as hell.
Wow.
And you moved like an athlete to running back, like some crazy running back, right?
I moved one of my receivers to running back.
Right,
yeah.
because Woody Marks was ass in the game.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
like he's very similar to Bucky like that because he like didn't test well, but he's elusive, man. Like he makes some good cuts. Like he reads the field well. So I'm hyped for this one, man.
Who do you think first called him Woody? His mama?
Probably not.
his boys probably saw Toy Story.
His mama.
Mama.
His boys probably saw Toy Story, and they were like, "Yo, that's tough."
What's your wide receiver start of the week?
My wide receiver start of the week is Darius Slayton.
That's funnier than that. What the fuck?
Yo, what is wrong with you, bro?
What do you mean?
What is that?
We got no Malik Neighbors. Dart targeted him
Where
a
are
few
you
times.
starting him?
What?
League? What league are you starting?
I am actually starting Darius
You're
Slayton.
gonna
in
fucking
a league.
lose.
Hold up, where am I starting?
That's where I was at. Like, I wanted to make Jackson Dart my start of the week so bad, but I knew we were gonna have to ask, like, "Are you starting him over this guy?" And I was gonna say no to most of them, so I didn't do it.
So in
But
BTB right now, I have Bijan, Rome, and DK Metcalf all on bye.
yeah, that sucks.
Darius Slayton is my second flex with
You're
Elick.
just
Ioman.
forced to. You really just don't have a choice. You're not making a choice to
that's,
start him.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you have buys like that right now, Darius Slayton's a good second flex in my personal opinion. I think he's gonna have a big play. When Malik Neighbors was out last year, he was targeted a bunch. I think Dable will probably do something similar. And yeah, I mean, I don't think Darius Slayton's like an amazing football player, but I think it's a good situation.
Why didn't
and
you
the
just
Saints
pick
are
like
not good
Wandale?
because Darius Slayton is the outside receiver, and I think he will be involved.
Because
I think he's good for a big play.
Darius Slayton or Isaiah Bond?
Darius Slayton.
Ooh.
I agree. Why are you so high on Isaiah Bond?
He's gotten more and more snaps every week, and
Yeah.
now Cedric Tillman's out of there, and maybe Dylan Gabriel injects some life into them. I think Isaiah Bond's very interesting. It might not
He
be
is.
this week, but I think he's going to, like, he's definitely worth a stash. Like, he should be rostered in every league at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They activated Malachi Corley too.
Who knows?
That
Who
dude
knows?
sucks.
My start of the week at wide receiver, it's going to be Keenan Allen. Didn't have a great week last week, but this one, the Commanders have the worst coverage rank on PFF. So again, if you have wide receivers going against the Commanders, you play them. And the Chargers need a bounce back win. They need to win this week after losing to the Giants last week. And when Justin Herbert absolutely needs to have it, he goes to Keenan Allen. I think he gets a bunch of targets. He's got potential to score in this game, and I just think he's going to cook that Commanders secondary. So, again, with all the guys on bye, and even without, like I think Keenan's a great play this week.
Yeah, I mean, Keenan should be in your lineup no matter what.
Every week.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cop out, bro.
a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit.
My start of the week at wide receiver is just going to be a classic guy. Like, I feel like you just can't go wrong with putting this guy in your lineup. It's going to be Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
That is a classic guy.
It
Dang.
is, man.
Right. It's been a little bit disappointing for Jacoby Myers coming off a 7-point week. It's been a pretty disappointing for Mr. Geno Smith, who, as I pointed out in the group chat today, I was so happy to see that. It made my day that Geno Smith has 6 touchdowns and 7 interceptions on the year.
So he's aura farming.
Right. So now that he has that, he could.
Wow.
now that he has that, he could start playing football again. Like, you got the 6-7. Now it's time to ball. Bounce back game, like I said, against the Colts. They're due. The Colts are actually allowing this was pretty shocking to see. They're allowing the third most fantasy points to wide receivers.
Wow,
That's a good chunk of change. 41.1 points per game to wide receivers. So it's a good matchup for Jacoby Myers. I think the stars align for a bounce back spot for the Raiders. So you should, especially with all the buys, like, feel pretty comfortable putting Jacoby in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, this has been true for weeks, but like Brock Bowers is still clearly dealing with something, so he was limited to practice on Wednesday. So they've needed him in the past, and I think it's on Geno, like you said, more so that he hasn't been involved more, but he should be involved this week. I mean, the targets are there outside of week 3 at 4, but 10, 12, and 7 other than that. So it's just a matter of getting the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's doing well for the Raiders right now. Someone's got to have a big week.
Genty.
Well, yes, outside of him for one game.
I mean, they let him go back to his Michael Myers stance.
Yeah.
This week, if I have him, I'm definitely starting him. Chris Godwin against the Seattle Seahawks. Last week, in his return, he had 10 targets. He only caught 3 of them. Not super great, but with Mike Evans out, I mean, he played 81% of snaps coming off of a gruesome injury in his first week back. I could see that only going up. I mean, 10 targets is, you got to start a guy that gets 10 targets. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's it. It's pretty simple.
Especially in this offense. It's too good, too productive not to start a guy that's going to be this involved. So.
I'll see him. I could definitely see him catching more than 3 balls on 10 targets, if he knocks some rust off next week.
Yeah, I think Godwin needs to be in a lineup every single week to this point. Yeah. So now on to tight ends, and this is murky waters. We just got to pray for touchdowns, fellas, or at least someone who's going to PPR his way to a great week. So I guaranteed myself the opportunity to potentially not miss on one of these guys. I'm taking Theo Johnson to be my tight end start of the week. Jackson Dart has to throw to somebody. And could it all be Wan'Dale Robinson? Yes, potentially. But there has to be somebody else that's somewhat involved. Theo has been relatively involved the last few weeks at the least. So I do expect Theo to get 5 or 6 targets, something around there, and pray for a touchdown. So, yeah, that's my tight end start of the week. And his RAS score is high. If you know, you know.
I mean, who can argue with that?
Exactly.
Who can argue with that? No one.
His raspberry score, bro.
Exactly.
Gotta love some Theo Johnson, man. It's gonna be a good Giants week, huh?
Hell yeah.
We'll see. All right.
All right. Everybody's producing, bro.
Everybody eats under the Jackson Dart
Starting
offense.
scat too. Actually, yeah, I am.
I mean, I would if I had him. I would if I had him.
All right. Start the whole offense. You heard it here first. Start the entire Giants offense, known for being elite.
They are. Hey, 1-0.
1-0?
1-0. All right. We'll get to that later. My start of the week, I'm running it back. Same guy as last week. It's going to be Dalton Kincaid. Again, you're banking on a touchdown with most of these guys, and he scored in 3 out of 4 games. So he's got a decent chance to do it. Gets the Patriots in this one, who are good against tight ends in fantasy, but again, I just think the touchdown upside is there, so I'd keep starting Kincaid.
Yeah, for sure. Can't really argue that. My start of the week at tight end is going to be Mr. Sam Laporta. He's been pretty underwhelming. He's the tight end 16 currently. You're probably a little bit disappointed, but I'm here to tell you to stay the course with Sam Laporta. Gets a good matchup against the Bengals, who are allowing the 5th most points to tight ends on the year, pairing it with a little stacky stack action with my quarterback start of the week, Jared Goff. Like you said, it's about getting in the end zone. Sam Laporta's getting in there this week.
He hasn't done it this season, so he's due. He really is, man.
Definitely is due.
He's so due. It has to be the week. I mean, the matchup. Chase the matchup for sure.
My tight end start of the week is going to be a waiver wire favorite. It's Darren Waller going up against the Carolina Panthers. Didn't play a ton of snaps in his first week, but he's clearly part of the game plan in the red zone for the Dolphins. With Tyreek Hill being out now, I could definitely see him inheriting some of those targets. He's definitely going to be a big part of what the Dolphins do the rest of the year, considering their offense has been lackluster thus far, especially in the red zone. So he's a great play against the Panthers specifically.
So I'm sure a lot of people picked him up, so I'm going to throw out a couple of names. Would you go Waller or Fannin?
Fannin.
I'd go Waller until I see what Dylan Gabriel is.
I'd probably go Waller too. I'm
Think so,
not gonna
too.
lie.
Yeah. Mark Andrews,
Mark.
Andrews.
You got to go Mark.
even without Lamar.
Cooper
Yes.
Rush is kind of
Okay.
rough, though.
Definitely rough, but I think they'll target Mark.
Hunter Henry.
Nah, you got to start Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What? Over Waller?
Hunter Henry's been good, no?
He's been very good.
Yeah.
You talk about a red zone guy.
Yeah, Hunter Henry's been phenomenal. You got to start Hunter Henry.
What is he, like the tight end 3?
This always happens.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry's in your lineup like without even thinking.
Yeah. I
This
don't know.
always
man.
happens, bro. Always.
Yeah, but it's
You're gonna
happening.
You're going to be the guy to
Right.
predict his downfall?
It's not predicting. It's exactly what's happened over the course of his
No way.
career.
Yeah, but what he's done these past few weeks, like you got to just start him and move on to the next league.
I guess.
Like, he
I agree.
I don't know.
has to be in your lineup.
Until
much
he
of it-
doesn't, you have to.
Yeah.
If he has a bad game, like I know, like week 2 it was 1.9, so that's really bad. But if he has a bad game, like how much are you really missing out? Like any of these guys could put up 4 points. In
Yeah,
a
good
given
point.
Week, you know
He's a
what I
tight
mean?
end
So-
2 on the year,
Right.
tied with Trey McBride.
Yeah. So
Got to start him.
agreed.